Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tim. I am the host of the Glass House News podcast. It is officially Christmas season, which is why I'm here in my living room with the fireplace on the TV and all the Christmas decorations up. So until Christmas is over, I will be here in my Christmas decor, in my Christmas jammies, with my cute bunny slippers. So better get used to it, or just leave. Please don't. I need the viewers. Okay. So I want to begin the show today by apologizing for the audio quality in my show yesterday. I don't know what happened. I tested my mic beforehand and it worked just fine, but then for some reason when I uploaded it to the channel, it was super quiet. So I don't know what happened. So I'm sorry. I'm doing my best to fix it, although it's increasingly looking like I won't be able to, which means I'll probably have to re-record and re-upload with this mic instead. Anyway, so sorry for that. If you're confused, that's why. I don't know what happened. If you're interested in what I talked about yesterday, go watch some of my older videos. I talk about a little bit of this stuff across almost all my videos. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. One, the assassination of the Iranian nuclear scientist, their lead scientist, and number two, we're going to be talking about a Project Veritas and James O'Keefe story. He, long story short, recorded 2 months worth of telecom conference calls from CNN, and every day he is releasing phone calls, and they are insane. So before we get to the news, please hit the like button on this video and hit subscribe on the channel. Minimize this video, go hit the subscribe button. It only takes a couple of seconds, so please go do that right now. I don't have a marketing team or a big fancy studio. I'm just a dude trying to share the information that I think is important in easy to understand ways. I don't have a marketing team or a big fancy studio. So all my video traffic comes through viewers like you who share my content. And we've already seen that giant media corporations like CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, etc., and the likes can control and sway the outcome of an election. Dissemination of information has never been more important. So please, subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends. The information I talk about, the information I share with you is important. It's important that it reaches more ears than just yours and just mine. Most people don't do the work to go find the information that I talk about. They just rely on people like CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, and the like. So it's very important that channels like mine also grow to be large. Because we've seen upwards of 20% of voters are swayed in any election based on what the media tells them. 17% in this past election, 17% of Biden voters would not have voted for Biden had they heard about some stories like record job growth, the Hunter Biden emails, etc., etc. The list goes on. The media tech corporations, our media tech overlords, are controlling the dissemination of information, which we're going to talk about a little bit today. So it's important, it is of the utmost importance that channels like mine grow so that the dissemination of information can be wider, not tighter. Okay, so we're going to begin today by talking about this story of the Iranian scientist. Iran's top nuclear scientist killed in ambush, state media says. Okay, so have to take this with a grain of salt because it's the Iran media. It's the Iran state media. So it's like, okay, you're a bunch of terrorists, like I'm going to believe you. So take it with a grain of salt, but that's what they're saying. This New York Times article says, Iran's top nuclear scientist, who American and Israeli intelligence have long charged was behind secret programs to design an atomic warhead, was shot and killed in an ambush on Friday as he was traveling in a vehicle in northern Iran, Iranian state media reported. The scientist, Mohsen, believed to be 59, has been considered the driving force behind Iran's nuclear weapons program for 2 decades and continued to work after the main part of the effort was quietly disbanded in the early 2000s. According to American intelligence assessment and Iranian nuclear documents stolen by Israel. One American official, along with 2 other intelligence officials, said that Israel was behind the attack on the scientist. It was unclear how much the United States may have known about the operation in advance, but the two nations are the closest of allies and have long shared intelligence regarding Iran. The White House and the CIA declined to comment. So it looks like Iran went and assassinated the guy who was developing nuclear weapons to be used against Israel. There's no story here. But, as we're about to see, in the next 4 years, if Biden becomes president, we're going to see the return of things like the Iran deal. We're going to see the return of things like hundreds of missiles being shot down at Israel, or towards Israel, every single day. This is what we saw during the Obama administration. Hundreds of missiles being launched at Israel every single day. And so what did Obama and Barack Obama and Joe Biden do about it? They sent pallets of cash to Iran, the state launching said missiles. This Iran deal was so bad, they inadvertently, not only did it not have the desired effect, it had the opposite of the desired effect. And it caused quasi-normal relations between Israel and other states that were warring with each other, because they all started to realize, oh, Israel's not the problem here. Iran is the problem. You see, the conventional wisdom of the whole situation in the Middle East, is that if Israel just gives concessions to Iran and the Palestinian Authority, which is a terrorist organization and terrorist regime, if Israel just gives concessions to these people, they'll go away, and there will be peace. Well, as we've seen over the last couple of months, not only is that not true, the opposite is true. You see, peace breaks out when you accept the facts on the ground that Israel is not the aggressor. It's Iran. And so we end up with crazy stories like this actually defending the Iran deal, which was a garbage deal that Joe Biden has already promised to go back into and reinstate. He's going to send pallets of cash back to Iran so that they can grow their terrorist reach. And so then that results in Israel defending themselves, assassinating the guy that's developing nuclear warheads to be used against them. And then all of a sudden, oh no, it's America and Israel's fault that everything in the Middle East is blowing up right now. Can you get any more stupid? That's not true. Imagine for a second, going all the way back to elementary school. Imagine you're in elementary school, and you're the little kid on the playground. I was the little kid on the playground. I know, hard to imagine, right? Me? Bullied? Never. Imagine you're the little kid on the playground, and these couple of big bullies come by, and they just start wailing on you. So finally, you had enough, and you kick one of them between the balls, and they both run off crying because they'd never been treated like that before. And they go tell the teacher, watching the playground, "Teacher, so and so kicked me between the legs." Well, first of all, the bully deserved it. But then imagine, the teacher doesn't even say, "Did you deserve it? What did you do to him?" Teacher just says, "All right, little Tim, you're grounded, or you have to sit in timeout for the remainder of recess, and you have to sit in detention." Well, that doesn't really make any sense. And unfortunately, that is Barack Obama's and Joe Biden's approach to the Middle East conflict. They're not punishing the aggressors. They're not punishing the bullies. They're punishing the people that fight back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world we now live, where people are punished for merely defending themselves. They're castigated and talked poorly of. Well, I'm tired of it. No more. Israel is not the aggressor in this. And we see that because Donald Trump has just just signed record peace deals that haven't been signed for 30 years. So maybe, just maybe, Barack Obama and Joe Biden were wrong about the Middle East. And Israel is not the problem. And Iran is most certainly not the solution. Believe me, I wish there were a quick and easy solution. There's not a quick and easy solution. But the best solution is to acknowledge the facts on the ground. That Israel is the number one targeted country in the world. And when you start defending them and making alliances with them, the aggressors go away. These are the facts on the ground. Israel has a right. The Jews have a right to their historic homeland, their ancestral homeland. And they're there to stay. The moment we recognize that is the moment that peace breaks out across the Middle East. And the great irony of this is we're told that Iran's going to dismantle their nuclear program anyway. So just give them the cash. Well, if Iran's nuclear program is going to go defunct anyway, why does it matter that their lead scientist was just assassinated? If he's going to be out of a job anyway, why does it matter that Israel just assassinated him? Because it's not true. The Iran nuclear arms program never went away to begin with. It just moved underground. We gave them millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in cash for them to simply say, yeah, we'll stop working on our nuclear program. Meanwhile, their hands are behind their backs with their fingers crossed. So, ladies and gentlemen, who are you going to believe? The people simply trying to defend themselves? Or the nation that throws gay people off the tops of buildings and uses their government to grow terrorist regimes around the world? It's disgusting. And one of the propagators of this narrative, one of the propagandists, one of the giant news corporations in America, CNN, they're also guilty of spreading this misinformation, this disinformation, these overt lies about the Iran nuclear deal. And we see that in some of the phone calls that James O'Keefe is releasing. So if you go to Twitter and you search hashtag CNN tapes, you'll find everything that it is you need to hear. In a video released a couple days ago by James O'Keefe, maybe yesterday, he was on the phone with the CNN president or CEO or whatever it was, Zucker was his last name, and said to him, "I've been recording your phone calls for 2 months." And Zucker says, "Oh, we're gonna have to make some fixes because CNN, the most trusted name in news, or so they tell themselves, and they tell us, CNN, the most trusted name in news. Well, these phone calls tell a different story. They reveal that they know that some of the things they are saying about Donald Trump are not true. Like, they say that he is a threat to national security. They know it's not true. They say that he's a racist. Meanwhile, they know it's not true. They are lying about Donald Trump, and they are defending Joe Biden. They are suppressing positive stories about Donald Trump, and they are suppressing negative stories about Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, CNN is little more than the propagandistic arm of the Democratic Party. And it has been for quite some time. And these phone calls that James O'Keefe is releasing every day over the next month show that this is true. Not only is it true, it's irrefutable evidence that you cannot trust the media that says, trust us. We give you the information only. Sorry, no, that's not true. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had the wool pulled over our eyes for far too long. It's time to cut the cord and search for alternative sources of media. Channels like mine, Ben Shapiro, Andrew Klavan, Matt Walsh, all the guys over at Daily Wire. Look at people like Jordan Peterson, people like Dave Rubin, Joe Rogan. All of these people will be better sources of news than CNN, MSNBC, New York Times even. We've been lied to for far too long. It's time to cut the cord, because the media don't want you to know the truth. They want to stay in power, and they will do anything to do it. Alright, I will be back tomorrow. Like I said at the beginning of this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Share this video with all of your friends. If everyone who watched this video shared it one time, I would be the biggest YouTube channel by the end of the year. It is now more important than ever that the information that I share is shared more widespread. I only have so much reach. But you have an infinite reach, even if you've only got 10 Twitter followers, 100 friends on Facebook. Share this video. It's important that the people of America know, the voters of America, it's important that they know who is lying to them, who is telling them the truth. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.